Hi, I'm Kamon Reynolds, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use a hot knife. And this is a special one. It's been made in the USA and was patented since 1941. It's pretty awesome. And they still make them and stamp them here in the USA. We'll show you a little bit more details about all of this product here towards the end of the video. But first of all, let's just show you how a good hot knife works. So I've already done that side. And we are just going to go a few inches down and kind of cut a notch right there. And just slide that right on off. And we're going to take this and just scoot it all the way down. Wow, that worked really good. It's been so many years since I've actually used a hot knife, and the one that I purchased when I got into beekeeping was definitely not this nice. This one's made in the USA. There's a lot of cheap models out there. And this one is the 201 model at Pierce Beekeeping. It's the North American model. They have other models for different styles of uncapping and things like that. But that worked really good. So let's move on to another comb and just keep on doing this. And this isn't fresh wax right here. These combs have been used multiple seasons for honey supers. You see, just take that notch out right up there towards the top and just run it down the top and bottom bar. And obviously, wow, that's great. If there is not fat enough comb, if there's any divots down in there or it's really thin, this can happen on your first year especially. When you're drawing out your foundations for the first time into combs, they won't be quite so thick, and so it makes it to where this tool can't get it all. But you can get a cheap cappings scratcher to scratch down in there and uncap those cells. But when you get those combs drawn the first year with 10 frames in a 10 frame box or 8 frames in an 8 frame box, then you can reduce that down. And so what we do in a honey super like this is a medium super, we will have 9 combs in here. And this gives the bees a little bit more space to draw those out, and it makes uncapping so much easier for the beekeeper. Let's go to this side right here. We're going to notch it out just a little bit. And you can see there's a little bit of a low spot there. And I didn't have the angle quite right, so it didn't come off. I need to have it tilted up a little bit more so gravity works with me in dropping it away from the comb. But you can see there was just a little bit of a divot there. And so you can kind of angle the knife down and get a lot of that this way, or you can get a capping scratcher, but that works really good. Hot knives are kind of like smokers. For those of you who have never used a high quality smoker, like some of the USA made ones, it's a huge difference on how easy it is to light your smoker and how your smoker will stay lit for a long period of time. It's the same way it is with a lot of these tools. They need to be heated properly, and this one is perfect. It's really nice. I've never used one this efficient before. Let's do one more. This is just great. I forgot what this felt like. And I love the smell of this wax. This knife is not overheating. That is a huge part of it. The cheap one that I had purchased years ago overheated and would actually burn a lot of stuff. This is the right temperature. Let's get that angle a little bit right, and yes, it just folds right on off like that. And they also make this uncapping tank right here as well. And they have a new product I'm going to be doing a video on very soon, and it's exciting. I've never seen anything like it before. Just cut out that notch. Now before I finish this, some people will be like, why can't you go down and work your way up? You can do that, but there's a couple reasons I choose not to. One, when you do that, many times the wax does not fall down away from it. And also, if you slip, you can bring that towards yourself. And also, in doing it like this, you can put your body behind it, and that body weight helps you just push it on down and through. A little bit of a low spot there in the comb, and we are just going to angle that down and take that right on. One of the things I love about uncapping in this way, and this is a really important tip in my opinion, is when you use an uncapping knife like this, or you use a Kamon Silver Queen like I have, or some type of uncapping system that's just cuts it. It's great because your combs get all the way down like this. It doesn't damage the combs. These cells are in great condition for the bees to use next year. But just as importantly, look at that wax down into the tank. That is all in sheets. And that will drain over time. We'll let that sit overnight. That honey will drain down out of it, 99.9% of it. But when you use other type of uncappers, whether it's a chain uncapper, or if you're, some people will get a fork or something like that, and they will just scratch all the cappings off. You get all of this, but in thousands of tiny little pieces. And if you're using the Harmony Farms uncapper, the roller system, all of those just shred little pieces of wax. And this totally changes your wax processing system, because then all those little pieces will get down into here. So if you're looking at this nice stainless steel grate, it captures the wax, and very, very little of it gets down in there. And then you have a, I cannot remember the micron rating of the mesh down there, but if this was all little particles, it would get down in there and clog that up. And if you're using a bucket filter, like most people do, it will clog it up in like 2 or 3 minutes. Whereas with the cappings, 99% of that wax stays up here. What is caught from there goes into the mesh, and it takes a long time for that mesh to clog up, and it makes processing and extracting honey and getting it to go through so much faster. If you are using a system where you have to make all those little particles of wax, then you have to have something that can handle that. And a bucket filter, for a small operation, it can be very expensive very quickly. So it's definitely preferable to have a system that is going to cut it off into sheets like this one does. And that is just perfect. You pay a little bit more for the high quality stuff, but then you lose the headache. I mean, this is stamped and everything in the United States. And I'm excited to say that I've actually just ordered some USA made bottling tanks. We'll be doing some reviews on that in the near future. And just, I'm excited about all this USA made stuff. I'm going to leave the link down below. Oh, didn't get the angle quite right. And once it gets stuck up there. There we go. Looks like we need to fire up the extractor. This is some honey that we saved from spring for a video or two, and I'm sure glad that we did it. And it still smells really sweet. So we're going to have, at the end of this video, a little bit more tidbits and maybe another review entirely on this equipment right here. But I just wanted to show this to you. They came to our conference, that is Pierce Beekeeping, and they are innovating some new products right now and in the future. So this is the type of stuff that really gets me excited about the future of beekeeping, because tools like this, you pay a little bit more for it, but you get what you pay for. And I know guys who literally have had some of these tools for over 40 years from where they made them the same way they do still, and they still work. And if you have any issues, they people just send them in and they fix them back up, and you have an heirloom basically to use. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions about this process or anything, leave them in the comments below, and good luck producing some honey this year.